Okay, hi, and welcome to my presentation. This presentation is about personal branding, one of the assignments for the playground, and it belongs to the question, who am I? First of all, I'm going to talk about the theory, the skills. You may need personal leadership, which is also personal branding. My personal brand, so I'm going to talk about what I think is important and how I present myself, and working in team, and how the personal branding can be really useful then. First, the theory. One of the definitions is a planned process in which people make efforts to market themselves. I see it more as a way to distinguish yourself by showing your strengths and values, and to really put yourself out there. I will also talk about this later on. Some may say the stronger your personal brand is, the easier it is to promote yourself and your company. Many companies use a personal brand, for example, for a CEO, to really market the company. People will come to the person, so maybe a CEO or a spokesperson, and relate this to a specific company. There are different ways you can make a personal brand. First, you have to set your goals, values, and strengths, which you can use later on in your relationships. You need to network. For example, use LinkedIn. You can also strengthen your relationship and keep in contact with people. The next step is to use social media to be active and let people know who you are and where you stand for. And you also need to give updates to people to seem interested, because you are seen as a resource and people want to see the value in you. Skills. There are 5 different skills I see which are important. You need to distinguish yourself. This way people see the value in you and they see you're different from the rest, so they need to pick you. Communication. You need to communicate with people, with your teammates, with stakeholders, etc. Social media. For a personal brand, it is important to show yourself on social media, because social media is a big part of the here and now and 2019. Further on, organizing. I think this is very important for a personal brand, because not only for yourself to be organized, but also for other people to see that you've got everything in order, and keeping an overview. And lastly, leadership. Obviously, a personal brand is personal, it's for yourself, but you also need to show that leadership is part of something you can do. Not only in your work, but also in how you handle your own goals. Okay, personal leadership has the same skills. So they also, for personal leadership, you need to set a goal. This goal needs to be personal, so you can really work on it yourself. You need to guide yourself and others, which is also part of personal leadership, because you do it for you, but you also need to push others and set the goals for others as well, or at least for what you expect of others. And you need to see that personal leadership can affect others, because, as I said, you can be seen as a resource. My personal brand, I think I'm developing myself. I am still working on my skills, and I'm aware of what my skills are. For example, I know that I know how to use social media. I know how to post a message on Instagram, but I am not very a marketing person on Instagram, and I can still work on this. Just like I can still work on my organizing skills, which are fairly good, I think, but I can still work on it as well. Working in a team, I think everyone has different qualities, so everyone's good at something, and you can really see who's speaking in what, and you can use this. It's also, if everyone has a personal brand, they show their goals, their values and their strengths, and you can use this to co-create and be creative together, support each other. And I think this is important for your own personal brand, because this is also a way to grow. Okay, that was my 5-minute presentation. Thank you for watching, and I hope you understand everything. Otherwise, there's also a text below where you can find all the information. Okay.